Hello everyone and welcome to another tutorial. I'm Megs the Trucker, and today we're going to explore on how to personalize your license plate, your registration plates on your truck, and I'm also going to show you a cheat on how to get more money. We're going to use the game.sii files in the save config section, and I'll show you very easily how to do the following. Basically just looking at personalizing your plates and getting a bit more money in your kitty. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, so what we need to do first is we have to get this SII Decryptor. The link is in the description below, so click on that, download it. Once you've downloaded it, put it onto your desktop, as you see I've done it over here, and you open it. Once it's been opened, you'll see there's a couple of files in here. What we're looking for is this one here, SII Decryptor.exe. So you'll click and drag it onto your desktop. You see I've got it already, so I'm not going to do that again. But here is the file, or the executable. So I've put it on my desktop and that is done. I can close this up now. The next thing we need to do is go into your documents folder. Here we're looking for config.cfg. So I'm going to open that up in Notepad. There we go. We are looking for, let's highlight this. Let's call this developer. Fine, next, developer 1. Okay. That's the parameter that will allow you access to the developer in the game. 1 is on, 0 is off. So yours would be 0, change it to 1, and the next one we need is console. So I'm going to say cons, find next, and this is the one we're looking for. Again, yours should be on 0, which is the default. Change that to 1. Okay, once you've changed it, save your file, and you can close the config. Right, we are done with this now. Now, what we need to do is go into the game. Right, now that we've reached the game, first things, a few things you got to look out for is the money account. Right, so over here, find the money account and jot down the value. Jot down the amount that you have in there. Okay, write this down because we're going to need it for later to modify the file. The next thing we're going to do is you have to jump into the cab. Let's go for a drive. We need to refresh the game state by creating a save. In this case, I just want to point out again, look at the registration plate, 77777. Whatever your registration plate is, write down that number as well and save it, because we're going to need that for the next part of the exercise. So yeah, you can see the number plate is 77777. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump in the truck and just take it for a little drive. I want to create a new save, so just to refresh the cache, we've got to do this. So I'm just going to drive it around the circle, or maybe to the traffic light over there. Okay, there we go. I'm going to stop it right here. Okay, now, a few things to note. We're going to do 3 types of saves. All 3 will work. I'm going to show you all 3 right now. First thing you need to do is press F1 to freeze the game, and then you have to press the tilde key. That will open up your console. In your console, you're going to type save, and that will save the current game. Take a look at the bottom. There will be a value after the save. In my case, it's 12, but you have to look at yours and see what that value is. If it's 5, 10, 50, it doesn't matter. Look at that number. That's the number you're going to need. That's going to be the folder that holds your current game state. All right, when you get to editing the save game SII files. So this is option 1 of saving. Once you've done that, just press tilde again to get out of that. And now unfreeze. I'm going to escape to get back into the mainframe of the game. The next option to save the game is to click on save and load. Save current game process. And you must create a new file name. So use something that you haven't used before. I'm going to call this jam for the purpose of just calling it a name. And I'm going to say save. Right, that is saved. There was no file name or folder with the name jam, so it didn't ask me to overwrite anything. That was just done. So that is save number 2. Now the third option to save the game, because in order to edit the game files, the game must be switched off. So what you'll do, the third option is to press Alt and F4. Pressing Alt and F4 will automatically save the game, and it will shut down the game. So once you've done that, we can pop back in here, and now we are going to open profiles. There's profiles, and as you can see, this is my most recent file. To get that, you have to right click and say sort by, date modified, and in a descending order. That will give you the most recent folder or file, whatever the case may be, at the top. So we are looking for the most recent iteration of this. Let's go into there, and you will have to open up the save folder. In here, you will see there's 3 files that have just been saved at the same time, roughly, well, within a minute. And those were the 3 saves I did. Remember I showed you mine was number 12? There's number 12. That was the one I did with the console save when I typed in save. This one is the one that I did with the name jam. And this autosave was the one I used for the Alt F4. So in my case, this will be the most recent file save that I've got. So open that one, and here you have both game and info. And as you can see, there's nothing else in here. And if I click on that, the file size is 370 kilobytes and info will be 1.72 kilobytes. Now, to decrypt this, well, let's not decrypt it just yet. Let's open it up so you can see what it looks like. It's a bunch of gibberish. You cannot code with this. There's no way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close that up. Take your game, left click and drag it into your decryptor. That screen popped up and you will notice now the file size has changed. It's now 4.85 megabytes. If you double click that now, your file's been decrypted. Everything's in here. Okay, let's do the same with info. Let's decrypt it, move it in there. I hope you saw that. It was 1.72, now it's 5.97. So that's been decrypted. Let's open that up. There you go. This file holds all the information of the game regarding mods and DLCs that you have in the game. Okay. So, all right. First thing we're going to do, let's go and close this up quickly. All right. For you to find the relevant parameters that we need to change for the money account, you jotted down the numbers, the value that you have in your account. So, easy way to find it is click on the search. Just going to move this up a little bit. Okay. Now, if your amount was whatever the case may be, I know mine was 100,000. It's 100,000. Okay. So I type that in and I say find next. Takes me straight. But because it's such a rounded number, it could have appeared or it could have been shared with other parameters. So just take note of that. That's one way of finding it. But because your money value will be a random number, you got a higher chance of finding it. But if you don't find it on that value, you can always type in just money and say find next. So there's a mod that I have that's called money. And there we go. Info, money account. That's what we're looking for. Now, that value we want to change. That's the value. That's your cheat for your money. Currently, it's on 100,000. I want to make it 1,000,000. Just add another 0. Okay. And in the game SII file, you will have to do the same thing. So we click at the top here and say find next. Pump money. It's not the one. There we go. Money account. And it's the same value, 100,000. So let's just add another 0 to that. And that's job done. If you click next, you're going to find a whole bunch of other monies, but these are regarding deliveries and all kinds of things like that. So you don't need to do any of those. The only one you're looking for is the money account. Just remember that, and obviously correlate that with the value that you have in your money account. Once you've done that, you can save that. Now the next thing we're going to do is let's look for your license plate. So I'm going to type in license and I'm going to say find. First thing to do is go right to the top, click on that and say find next. And there we go, license plate 77777. This is the one that I want. So highlight that whole plate and change it to whatever you like. I'm going to change it to MIGS. Just bear in mind that you got to use everything in caps, otherwise it won't register. It will only register the cap letters. So if you type first letter cap and then the others underscore, you'll only show up the first letter. So it's very important to use caps on your whole plate. So there we go. That's MIGS. Once that's done, let's just go and see if we can find any more license plates. There's nothing. So found first occurrence from the top. The end of the document has been reached. Let's click on info and just check that as well and say find next. No license has been found. Okay, so that's job done. So let's save both files. We can close both files. And now we're going to go back into the game. Now that we're in the game, have a look at your money account. There we go. That's changed. That's $1,000,000. And let's go jump into the truck and see what the plates look like. Do a walk around. There we go. How's that for a personalized plate? Okay, that was very easy. So guys, there you go. Now you know how to change your plate. You know how to add more money to your account. And that's as simple as it gets. All right, and that's it. Hope you guys liked the video. And don't forget to subscribe and like and share. And if you have any comments or questions, drop them below and I'll get to them and I will answer all of them. So guys, thank you very much. Until the next one.